Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is episode 2 in Scarlet's journey to find Lilith. We closed off the last episode after we completed the first main quest chain that we are required to do. In that quest, we were introduced to both Nyrelles and Vigo. Today, we're going to further Nyrelles' story, and Vigo surprises us in a big way towards the end of the video. So now let's take a look at my abilities. Now, I would like to point out that I haven't looked up any meta gear or meta skill builds for the Sorcerer. This is because I want the series to feel as if I knew nothing about the game. So for my core ability, I took Spark. And to get to my advanced ability, Flickering Spark, I had to take Enhanced Spark with it. Now, I did skip the core ability to get to the defensive ability, and for that I took Ice Armor. And I topped Ice Armor off with the Shimmering Ice Armor ability. With gear, I just got 3 pieces, a helm, a knife, and a ring. They give some good stats: poison resist, willpower, lightning damage. All in all, it was decent for a first set. So now with the review of the abilities and gear from the previous episode complete, let's go up and grab the next quest chain, and we'll start working towards that. When Scarlet hit level 10, we were given the ability to upgrade our potions, so let's go visit the alchemist and do that right now. So we'll quickly teleport to Yelesna to further our quest. Let's get going. So this is where we meet up with Nyrelles again, as we try to find a way of returning her to her mother. This is the first of the kernel of the quest chain we're hoping to complete. So here we encounter Short, Herald of Lilith. He's a 3-phase fight and does get much harder in each phase. I take a lot more damage this fight than I have in previous boss encounters. I wasn't really prepared for that, but I do like the difficulty in the fight. I don't get great gear upgrades, but it does further the quest chain along. So let's retrieve the Death Harness Theories of Rothwood tomb that Nyrelles requires so we can meet back up with her and continue our journey. So we're just going to teleport quickly to Kiyoshad. This just makes it easier to continue on with our journey. While I was walking to the next part of the quest, I decided to do a dungeon. This is the first of the larger dungeons that I've entered in this series. This is where you're going to collect the enchantments that you're going to use starting at level 15, and they are class specific. They're fairly large and do have an end boss in each one. They are a great place for gear, XP, gems, anything else you'll really need along the way in your adventure. Each dungeon has a different way to get to the boss. Some have pillars that you're going to have to add an item to, some have pulleys to activate the door. We'll have to complete these mini quests within the dungeon to get to do the end boss. Let's get moving. Inside some dungeons, there's mini events. This is another reason to do these dungeons. There's extra XP, extra gear, and opals. The opals are worth doing alone in these events, and I did get good gear as well as some opals. I activated the 2 chain pulley things to open the door, this dungeon did require me to kill all of the enemies in this specific area before the boss could spawn. And once I killed the last mob, the boss spawned in my location. He dropped fairly easily, so I just grabbed my loot and used a nice feature in the game and just teleported myself to the front of the dungeon so we could continue on with the adventure. So here we meet back with Vigo. Vigo takes us to meet Mother Prava. She sends us back out into the world to complete a quest for her. These little kernel quests are just fillers, but they do tell the story of the main quest chain that we're trying to complete. Now we will come back and see Mother Prava again, and then we'll continue on the main quest chain. hand this into Mother Prava. She gives us another quest that takes us north of Yelesna, and then we quickly teleport there and then just continue north to continue on. With the last tumor destroyed, the path to Lilith's Lament is now clear. Before you enter, make sure you have your best gear equipped, your abilities are updated to the best that you can, your health and potions are topped up. This fight has a surprise with the return of Vigo. He redeems himself and plays an integral part of the main mechanic of the fight. This boss was a lot of fun for me. The movement mandates, the hard hitting to keep me on my toes, and the need to get into Vigo's shield made this fight very entertaining for me. We did get our first piece of legendary gear, which was a nice ring, and we also get a legendary amulet for completing the quest line. So now, the only thing we have left to do is to teleport back to Kiaboshad, and this is to sell or salvage our gear. I also make sure I have the best gear equipped, and I double check my skills and pick up any quests that are in town. I try and do this before I log off, that way when I log back in, I can get right to playing. Now that we've ended up back in Kiaboshad, our gear's salvaged, our abilities are up to date, our quests are handed in and got new quests, I think it's a good spot to end the video. I'm happy with how Scarlet's progressing and can't wait to see how powerful she will become. So I hope to see you guys in the next episode, and as always, thank you for stopping by.